thanks for coming by my channel. I'm going to do my review on Season 8, Episode 11, Dead or Alive or. It's a pretty interesting little title. I liked it. It was one of the ones that stood out to me out of the titles of the episodes so far. So this episode was a busy episode, so I'm going to just pick and choose things that I want to talk about. It's what I usually do anyway, but let's see. Let's get through this one, because this episode, I enjoyed it. There was a couple shockers in there that I didn't expect, so let's talk about them. I'm ready. Let's get going. So I'm going to try to break it down into like some characters, because it'll just be easier for me, okay? So we're going to start off with Dr. Carson and Father Gabriel. Okay, they have now gotten out of the sanctuary. They're in a car. Everyone that's not at the hilltop from like our group, they're all heading to the hilltop. Okay, that's everyone's destination in this episode. Okay, so they're sitting in the car and they're having a conversation, and Father Gabriel is like, just have some faith, you know, everything will be okay. And that was the premise, or his theme through the whole rest of the episode for Father Gabriel. It was all about faith and God. He is a priest, and I guess it was just meant to bring, you know, back that he is a priest, and he still has faith, and that's important. So they are going to the hilltop, and they run into an abandoned house. In this house, there was a man who lived there, and he had, like, I want to say, like, something set up if maybe someone would come by or trickle through his place, that if you can find things with some alternative things that you might not like. But it could have also been for protection as well. So anyway, the piggy bank, there's a piggy bank that's sitting there. It gets knocked off, and there's a map and keys inside of it to a car that is waiting for them outside. But when they get outside, Father Gabriel, who is having a hard time seeing right now, and I enjoyed the point of view that they were showing us, like just a little bit of a sight that Gabriel was seeing. I tend to like how the I don't even know how to spit this out, guys. How it's directed, and I enjoyed that. Like, I also enjoyed the little names on the screen from last episode. So they get to this house, and they're outside. Dr. Carson is walking. Father Gabriel cannot see that it's dangerous where Dr. Carson is walking, and he steps on a bear trap. And he's done. He's down on the ground, and walkers are just coming. They're coming. They're surrounding him. They're on him. I'm like, okay, that's enough in my reaction video. I'm like, this is enough. I was freaking out. And then they show Father Gabriel going and finding a gun and shooting the walker with his eyes shut. Yeah, another show of faith that Father Gabriel was, actually it just showed that that Jesus was helping him. What it seemed. And then also in this house, Dr. Carson is hollering at Father Gabriel about not resting, and Father Gabriel is holding on to 2 medication bottles, and Dr. Carson comes over, and the whole time they're trying to get him antibiotics. They're saying when they get to the hilltop, that's when they could start treating him with the antibiotics, but the antibiotics were right there, and it was another thing for, you know, Gabriel's faith. And in my reaction video, I was like, yeah, it's, how did I say it exactly? How did I say it? I was like, something about it being Jesus, and he was like, Father Gabriel was like, I'm not going to say anything. And I was like, you don't need to, Gabriel. I said it for you. You know, excuse me, they had so many instances to where it did truly look like Jesus was helping him. Totally. It was I just enjoyed that theme for him. So they're going, they get the keys, they go to get into the car, and who shows up? The flippin' saviors. Again. They just drive me crazy. I believe I even said, like, the saviors are going to be the death of me. Every time you turn around, they're there. They're always there. They're always there. But they get him into the back of the truck, and Dr. Carson gets shot. And that's not a good thing because he was our last doctor. Then they show Father Gabriel upset and crying, and they take him away. But he was our doctor. He was the one that was supposed to care for Maggie and everything, and now we don't have him. But I didn't expect it to go down like it did. But their little trip during this episode was good. I even caught myself laughing when Dr. Carson did fall in the bear trap, and then after Gabriel shoots the walkers and they're cracking up, and I was laughing right along with them. I was like, this is so funny. But it at least I smiled before Dr. Carson, is no longer with us anymore. Every time we turn around, we're losing someone, right? It's just the way this show works. I wanted to talk about the Tara and Dwight dynamic there. Tara she was an asshole during this episode. She did not make me happy. She is out to kill Dwight. Tried twice. She threw a walker at him in the woods. Literally had him walking with her with a gun to his head. Because she just doesn't trust him because, you don't get to, switch sides and everything be okay. But let's not forget that Miss Tara was on the governor's side and switched to our side, but, we decided to accept her. Anyway, she's just really pissed off, and she's really upset, and she wants to kill Dwight because Dwight killed Denise. He killed her girlfriend. Okay, we get it, but everyone has lost someone in the apocalypse. She needed to slow her roll. She was just being... she was making me, angry. I just couldn't even tolerate her behavior. And Dwight is helping them. Dwight does not like Negan. Dwight didn't want to go back the second time to, the sanctuary because he can't stand Negan. But, like Rosita, when they were explaining to really pissed off Daryl at the time because Dwight had to save Tara and everyone when the saviors crept up in the woods, and Dwight he put himself out there, and he's like, hey, blah, 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 and he deterred that whole saviors group from our group. But yet Tara's treating him like utter complete shit, and I'm sorry, I just did not like her storyline this episode, I guess you would call it. So I guess I'll just go ahead and just go into Negan. Negan he's getting his shit together, guys. He has Gabriel making guns. He, knows Father Gabriel and Dr. Carson has escaped. He is giving a class outside of the sanctuary with his army, and Dwight ends up being there. But the only way Dwight is getting away with this is because Laura is still missing, the one that shot him, and she's not back yet, or he would not be sitting there in this class just paying attention. But he is absorbing information to bring back to our group. I believe that he is on our side right now, and that's it. So Negan he's preparing. Meanwhile, Rick is, mourning. He's lost his kid. He's, he's just trickling around, and Negan's got this organization, and he's got, tunnel vision, and he's preparing for like a second phase of the war. So he introduces like a walker warfare. So if you, all it takes is just some of the blood from the walker to be in our bodies, or in the bodies, our bodies. I'm not in this show. I need to realize this. I would love to be in it, but if anyone that gets touched with the zombie blood is going to be affected. So if you're a comic book reader, then you already know the plan. But I think they said it anyway. So you just put blood, and it's just another type of gun, in whichever way you want to use it, just in case you're not a comic reader. So it just really, you know, Negan, he's a psychopath. He's a lot of things. He's a narcissist. But he's focused right now. And we can't have Negan this focused right now, guys. He's like I said, he's getting stuff together and brings Father Gabriel to Eugene, who's at a different location making bullets, and he's just getting his shit together. That's all I can say. I think that Dwight is definitely going to help us. It's useful that he's there. If Laura shows up, then Dwight is fucked. That's it. But I think hopefully he'll be able to get the information back to us. So then we come to Carl. Not Carl. Oh, I said Carl. Sorry. Anywho, no, it's not anywho. So Daryl and Tara and Rosita and everyone and Judith all show up at the hilltop. And it's a happy moment. It's an exciting moment because they made it to the hilltop, and Daryl kept his promise to Rick to get Judith there safe. And you're filled with this happiness and smile. And then they show Carol running out like slow motion, and then in that second, they don't know about Carl. And everyone says it out loud. You know, like everyone that I've watched, it's like, oh man, and Carl. So Daryl tells them, and everyone's crying. You know, poor Enid, that was her little boyfriend in this apocalyptic world. It was so sad to see. You know, she drops to her knees. Carol is heartbroken. It was so hard to watch. I think everyone knows now. Everyone still doesn't know yet. But it was a sad scene. But I'm glad that they made it to the hilltop. And I guess we just got to see what plays out from here. I was just like in my reaction video, I'm like, every week, this is the third week that you're making me upset over the same character. But I guess we might get a couple more because not everyone knows. So that was my review on episode 11. I enjoyed this episode. Like I said, we lost our doctor. Some of the group, like Carol and, you know, Enid and Maggie, everyone from the hilltop now knows about Carl. So now we have to wait until next week to see what's going to happen next. I'm excited. I look forward to Sundays. So I will see you after my reaction video. I'm assuming you guys can trickle in and come and check out my crazy reactions. Make sure you leave me a comment. I love to talk about this show. Like, subscribe, come and hang out with me. I'm always here. I will get back to you. So thanks for stopping by, guys. And I cannot wait till this Sunday. I'll talk to you soon. All right. Bye.